Now I've created a bass line and a background synthesizer, and I will show you how I did it. This is the notes for the bass line. Nothing special. I added a supercharger by Native Instruments with the dirt mode on, which gives it like an extra grit saturation distortion thing. And I set the dry wet to 4357. Doesn't really matter, like somewhere around there, to still have the original signal going through, because the distortion the compressor brings with it is a bit too much, so I just blended in a little bit. Let me play to you. I also changed this chord setting on the congas for the 808. I don't like it anymore with the new bass line, and I think I found a better solution. I've also added this frequency shifter with a slight modulation, which gives it a little bit of an LFO vibrato type of effect, and also a limiter to catch those highs out of control peaks the delay brings with it. So as you can see, it just limits around 5 dB. Then there's this background sound, which I think will work quite well, and it's basically almost the same notes I've played for the bass line. I've randomly searched for an effects sound from Operator. There you go, it's the second one. Turn that off, and I think it sounded quite interesting, like as almost like a background texture. Sounds pretty good so far. What I'm missing still is like a sort of lead sound kind of thing. Let me add another MIDI clip. Shift Command T. And instruments, let's just go try the analog synth lead. Detune sounds quite cool. Let's see what that brings. I think that works quite well. Already I can tell that I can use it. And before even playing any notes, I want to add a delay. For some reason, I'm deciding for the grain delay. I will make an 1/8 note delay, basically keep the delay settings as they are, but give the whole thing a little detuning. That's what I like about this one instead of like the ping pong, for example, because you can basically do the ping pong-ish thing, but, you know, add some pitching or random pitching to it. Okay. You can hear it already. That sounds pretty cool. What I also hear is some reverb on it. I could use a plugin, but I will just stick to Live's reverb and see what it sounds like. I tend to make them rather dull in general, especially with Live's reverb, which is not like the highest quality reverb there is. And I think if you dull it out, it gets a bit less of this metallic behavior. And okay, let's turn this up. And also the pre-delay, I want to have it kind of spacious and science fiction type. That sounds about right. Okay, spontaneous recording. Of course, I have to quantize these. Yeah, that's Command and U. Oh, that one he didn't get right. I'm not sure about the chord. It was just, you know, playing around. I can still change it. Well, for people who know my music, they know that this is more my type of thing. I love like detuned, weird, unharmonic, in a controlled way, especially when it's about like blue strobe light techno. I really like those science fiction type of things, and that chord is probably what I would go for. I'm not sure if I will keep it like this, but let's keep it for now. Alright, that sounds quite okay. Let's call this lead. Here too. I'm quite tidy with these things, naming channels and stuff, because over the years you just know it's better. For now, we'll stop to work on the synthesizer section, and I will focus on getting the drums to sound really good, and let's do it.